What is up, guys? Team Yugi Feels here with another deck profile, and today we're going to be taking a look at some Sky Striker shenanigans. So we're going to obviously hop right into this, but before we do, I just want to make sure that if you aren't subscribed already, make sure you smash that subscribe button. It's significantly appreciated. We are quickly approaching 600 subscribers, and I think I can't remember the exact goal that I had, but I think I said it was like somewhere by the time it's like the end of the summer that I want to break 1,000 subscribers. We're on the road to that, which is awesome. But like I said, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell. It's significantly appreciated. And without further ado, let's hop right into the deck profile. Alrighty, so obviously today we're going to take a look at Striker, as I mentioned already. As we all know, Ray is Bay. Everyone should know that by now. We'll go over the list, the ratios, talk about, things that you can do differently if you want to change things up in the list, and basically give you the good lowdown on what we're playing. So hopping into this and starting off, we have 3 Ray and 2 Rose for our Striker monsters. These are going to be what we summon most primarily when it comes to main deck. Other than this, you're probably not really summoning many monsters at all from the main deck. So we have our 5-card Striker lineup. Adding to that, we also have 3 Nibiru and 3 Ash. Typically speaking, in most of my deck profiles where I'm playing a decent amount of hand traps, these two go hand in hand with each other, especially against something like Virtual World, because if you Nibiru when they make their first VFD, if you Nibiru when they make their first VFD, then they're probably going to try and go in some other plays, which you can then hit with an Ash and cut them off from going into another Cloud Castle, which is pretty important. Then the 2 ofs, we have 2 Bell, 2 Crow, and 2 Meister. Being able to cut off the graveyard is very important too in this meta. I'm finding more and more oftentimes than not, I prefer the Crow and the Meister over the Bell, but I think overall having all 3 as an option is fantastic. Those are all the monsters, though. I believe it's 16 or 17 monsters. 17, yeah, it's 17 because it's 12 hand traps and then the 5 strikers. So yeah, 17 monsters in the main deck. Moving on to the spell cards now, we have 3 Widow Anchor and 2 Shark Cannon for our quick plays. Then we have the double Afterburner, which is very important too. Additionally, we have 2 Areas 0. So I think that this is overall a pretty solid lineup for the multiples in Striker. Obviously, if you want to play like another Shark Cannon, you can, but I personally feel that it's fine playing 2. 2 is, more than enough to get the job done, and it gets you where you need to be with the list, which is pretty crazy. Then the 1-ofs that we have, sadly the 1 multi-roll and the 1 Hornet Drones. I'm almost curious if they're going to give Striker any kind of boost on this upcoming ban list. Maybe put multi-roll to 2 or put Hornet Drones to 2 or 3 or something like that. If Hornet Drones went to 3, then we would actually have viability with Trickstar Sky Striker again, which would be pretty cool. And then the multi-roll is just ridiculous. I don't really have to explain that too much. Then some other generic cards. We have Triple Talents and Triple Desires. These kind of go hand in hand because you can draw with the Talents. Doesn't mean you're going to, but you can. Additionally to that, Talents is also really good because you can take Dragoon with it, and you need some outs to Dragoon. And considering that this deck has obviously the Talents, but it also has Rose, there's some other cards that we'll go over too that are outs. There's definitely a sustainability factor of being out the Dragoon. Additionally to that, and I didn't speak too much on it, the triple Pot of Desires that I have in here. We're playing so many 3-ofs that it really doesn't hurt to play the Desires, because you're probably not going to get rid of all of your important cards, which is pretty good. Then, we have to play the good old Mine in here, unfortunately. It's just the nature of the beast. This deck needs ways to basically bait out a bunch of negations, drop a Mine, and then just pass from there. And I feel that, having the 2 Mine, the rotation, and the terraforming are probably your best route. Then the last cards in the main deck, we have an Upstart and Rhoda. I don't think you need any more than this. This is perfect the way that it is. Makes your deck 39 cards, and this grabs you basically access to all your striker plays. Moving on to the extra deck, though, because that was the main deck, we'll take a look. This is a pretty boring extra deck, to be honest. So we have 3 Kagari, 3 Suzuku, and 3 Hayate. These are just kind of your standard striker link monsters that you're going to go into. So I'll have to really explain that. It's the basic ones. Then 1 Kaino and 1 Zeke. Definitely no reason to play multiples. Just stick to the one of each, and it works perfectly. Gets the job done. And if you Nibiru, you can get rid of the token if it's too big with a Zeke, which is actually ridiculous because it comes up frequently. Then for the other cards that we have 1 Hida, 1 Phoenix, 1 Ningirsu, and 1 Access Code. I might cut the Hida, but I'm not sure yet. If I cut it, I might put in like a Nightmare Unicorn, but I'm not sure yet. So I'm gonna have to see and test a little bit more and see what I think. I might take this to locals tomorrow, honestly, depending on how I feel with taking it to locals. I always say that like I might take a certain deck to locals, and then it ends up being something on the completely opposite spectrum that I bring, which is fine. It just makes things comical. But moving on to the side deck now, because that was the extra deck, we're going to take a look at the hand traps that we side, which is literally just 3 Droll. Droll is super strong in this format, giving you a pretty solid advantage against decks like Drytron. There are a bunch of other decks that search too, like your Invoked Engine, your Dogmatica Engine. So keep in mind that Droll is a ridiculously good hand trap in this format. Then for some back row removal, I play double Lightning Storm and a Feather Duster. You guys can change this up as you please. You know, I just want to be able to completely clear my opponent's back row and keep playing the game, and Lightning Storm and Feather Duster allow me to do so. Then in case we know we're going first, I have the Triple Solemn Judgment, Triple Solemn Strike, which is just super strong. Strike is really good this format, which is amazing too. And then the last card is the Triple Tikaboo. This, you know, will lock you into your machines, but if you're locked into a Hayate, you're just attacking over and over again, so it doesn't really matter. You're still hitting your opponent for life points, and eventually they're not going to have any life points left. So keep in mind the Tikaboo is very, very strong and gets the job done in addition to everything else. But that essentially is how my my current striker list is looking. It's very fun. It has a lot of explosive plays. Like I said, the extra deck is the only thing that like I would sit here and change a lot myself if I had the choice to. But considering that like Valor isn't good right now, there's no reason to play Valor and Selene, because you're just wasting space in your deck and basically allowing yourself to be sucked into like bad plays, which you don't want to do. So that basically wraps up the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And for right now, this is Team Yugi Fails signing out.